All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's weekly analysis. It's Sunday, July 7th. Um, and we're going to take a look at what the markets are potentially doing for the week ahead. So we're going to look at some of our common pairs as we usually do. We do ask that for those of you who are here with us today, that you just make sure you keep your mics on mute for us. We will have some time after the analysis for questions to be asked about some of what we looked at, or if you have any particular pairs you want us to look at, we can definitely do that too. At that time, we'll let you know when we're ready for those questions. You can either put them in the chat box, if you like, or you can unmute yourself and ask. That's okay too. Um, so we just ask that you wait for your questions until that time, until we're ready. Any questions regarding your accounts or support or anything like that, we do ask that you save those questions for the support team. So you can either send those in the support channel on Discord or you can email support. However, for today, we're here to talk about trading. So let's keep our topic on trading only. And we appreciate you guys for that. Um, all right, I think that's everything I needed to say. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Barry. Barry's gonna get us going on some of these pairs.
Okay, thank you, Ria. So let's begin. So my watch list is already here. I don't think I need to be putting up sticky notes anymore. So my watch list is here with euro, dollar, USD yen, pound yen, USD Mexican, CAD Swiss, and gold as the usual 6 pairs. So the first one we're going to look at is euro dollar. As we can see, euro dollar seems to be forming. It has reached a resistance level. So I believe in this coming week, we may actually see a reversal because NFP came in with better than expected numbers. So there's a possibility that we'll actually have dollar strength this coming week. So this was it was more like just a spike in price from down and up. So we reached this same resistance level. So it seems like a level we may actually be reversing to. Then we can probably see ourselves hitting the lows where we actually have to take our take profit, which was not hit on the 26th of June. So we may actually come all the way down here. If not, then we might possibly hit our stop loss. But of course, with good risk management, this would have just been 1% down in the water. So that is basically what we're looking for next week. We're looking for just a reversal from this level we are already at, coming to the downside. We may actually even have pause around this support level. So the market may come all the way down, and maybe we may have like a consolidation for the week. Then we aim also further down to our take profit. That is what may possibly happen next week. Apart from that, yeah, we can also move to the next pair. That's dollar yen. So with dollar yen, we are actually coming down as well. We are looking to long this pair, dollar yen. So like I said in the previous sessions that we had, we most likely will be coming down to this pin bar as this is an area of interest. So next week we may see a push down over here. Then once we come to this level, we may actually now look to buy it from here, then aiming to make new highs or other previous resistance levels from previous years of like 20 years ago. So that's what we can be aiming for next week with pound yen. We're not going to be entering any trade. We'll just be watching it till it comes to our pin bar level over here. So as for now, we just stay out of the game. Same situation with pound yen. Pound yen also is in the same situation, though here we seem to still be on the same level. We haven't really seen any downward trends like the way it is on USD yen. So maybe levels we can actually look at is this support over here, and this could be our second one. So most likely next week, since it's like already bouncing off the previous resistance over here, we may see the market actually turn down, break this order structure and everything. Then we may see ourselves coming down to this level of 203 next week. It's an actual possibility. We may come down to 203. If the market is slow, because we don't have much pound news coming out next week, we'll be looking at the calendar later on. So I don't see it moving as much also next week. We may just even actually come to 204 for next week. So that would be like 100 pips, nothing more than that. So next is USD Mexican peso, which we are already in. So that is a good pair. So right now, it's just aiming for a 1-to-1 risk reward. Let us just zoom in. So yeah, this is what we're looking at currently. So we had broken this trend line over here. This was like a good setting up entry. Then I entered all the way down here. And our stop loss is all the way up here, which is just slightly above this resistance. So we're just giving it a little bit room because spread sometimes widens. Then our take profit is at the previous support level, which is over here. Then, yeah. So next week, as we are already seeing, there's a pin bar over here. So momentum is definitely going to the downside. So we may actually see ourselves hitting this take profit much more easily for next week. But of course, make sure you have good risk management on this. You can obviously put a tighter stop loss than I have here, but overall, we are seeing a push down with USD versus Mexican peso for next week, coming all the way to this support level. The next one is CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss. Yeah, CAD Swiss pushed down real strongly during NFP period. There was actually Canadian unemployment last week, Friday, together with NFP. So we had this strong downward move on Friday, which was good. So we're already on an area of interest over here. We just need to see if we get a reversal of any kind, then we can look to buy it and then aim for this previous resistance. If not, then we'll definitely come back to where we started from, which was this level over here. Remember, we entered in our previous session, we entered around here, and then we got out, or rather, it wasn't here, it was here. It's already been showing me right here, and we got out over here. So this was like almost a 90% accuracy in terms of entry and exit. So right now it's already pulling back. So like I said, this area is of interest since there was a consolidation. So the market may come into this area and then maybe we may have a reversal. If we do have a reversal, then we might definitely be looking for this resistance level as our target. If not, if we continue pushing down, then we are going to be aiming for 0.64. Then from there, if we have any reversal of any kind, that's when we can actually go all the way up, maybe even coming back to this area of interest as our target, our first target, and our second target could be this previous high. We always aim for the highs to break the previous highs. Apart from that, last but not the least, is gold. Gold stopped us out after, yeah, this was a trade actually. Yeah, stopped us out when we entered on the 21st on the previous news which happened. So we got stopped out with NFP, even though the numbers were better than expected. The market did not react so much to that. It actually pushed down real strongly, then still closed positive for the day. So probably next week we may be seeing a reversal from these levels. So yeah, we're actually at a resistance level right here. So we may actually be seeing a reversal from here. Apart from that, we can just aim to draw this trend line over here. We're obviously going to wait for a break, probably below 2360 or even 2350. Then we can enter for a short position. As for now, we're just watching the market. But if you're interested in buying this, you'd probably have to wait for price to be discounted, probably in these areas. But overall, I'm a seller for gold. I don't favor gold going to the upside. I always short it. So I'm just waiting for it to break this this trend line. Then from there, probably aim for support levels over here. But overall, like I said, if you're looking to buy this market, this is going to be an area of interest. If the price comes in this area and reverses, then obviously you'll be aiming to take out the previous high over here or even the major highs over here of resistance. Right. So let us quickly look at the calendar then. Let us just share my screen, calendar. Okay, so what do we have for next week? Next week, we have on Monday, no major news. But on Tuesday, we have Fed Chair Powell. He'll be talking. So you need to make sure that you reduce your risk whatsoever because the market can move with such speeches. Then on Wednesday, we have like New Zealand interest rate. We aren't in any New Zealand pairs. So as for me, it's not going to be much of an effect. But then again, Fed Chair Powell will be speaking on Wednesday. So watch that as well. And we only have like £1 news, which is GDP. So yeah, we may actually see pound weaken, like we had on pound yen. We actually may see it weaken to the downside. Then we also have USD news on Thursday. So that may also strengthen US dollar with also unemployment claims. Then all the way up until Friday, we also have some more US news. So first look at this New Zealand dollar, dollar, and pound. So you need to keep that in mind. So apart from that, now we can actually give the floor to questions, which pairs you'd like us to look at. If you have any questions on maybe the markets, this is now your chance. So you can use the chat and I will definitely do the analysis. So any pairs that you'd like us to look at? Or any questions whatsoever? I really don't see anything here. So nobody wants to analysis on any pair. What about you, Ria? Is there any pair that you'd like to look at?
Let's take a look at Aussie Swiss franc. Let's see
Aussie
what that,
Swiss. Okay.
yeah, I did get out of that trade, by the way. But yeah, we could take a look at
Pound
Aussie.
yen. We actually already looked at pound yen scan. So maybe if you go through the recording, you'll see the analysis I did. Probably joined a bit late. But yes, we already did look on pound yen because I already showed my watch list. Yeah, so pound yen, we already covered it. Right. So Aussie Swiss, yeah, it's been lingering around the 0.60 area. We haven't really breached going to 0.61, but overall, what I see is okay, since there's not going to be any Swiss news or Euro news, I believe, yeah, it's the 4 hour time frame, as you can see here. It's a 4 hour time frame. So yeah, we may actually be coming down to this area over here. This is also a pin bar. So with Swiss, Aussie Swiss franc, we may actually be coming back to the same 0.60 area, which was the previous target. If not, then we may be coming to this area of 59700 since there was a consolidation over here. So we may actually see next week the markets either bounce from this level right here, which is an area of interest, then we actually make a new high, even aiming for 6-1 or these resistance levels over here. That's what we may actually see for next week. If not, since there isn't really any news, I think the highest possibility here is that the market will reverse from the 60-200 level, then continue going all the way up. So an area of interest here, you may be looking for a reversal around here. So that's what I would be looking for, Ria. So you may also have to look for a reversal around this area. If you want to buy it again, going to the upside, then maybe 6-100 can be a good target for you on this pair. Right.
Sounds good, Barry. I'll keep a look at that.
Okay. So
Thank
there's also another person asking if we can look at pound dollar. Yes, we can. Let's see. Pound dollar. So yeah, pound dollar almost in the same situation with euro dollar. So right now it's already like on a resistance level over here. So we had a red candle close here on the 4 hour. So we may, well, it looks highly unlikely. Yeah, we may actually push a little bit higher, maybe in the middle of nowhere, then actually start to reverse, especially with the pound news. When the pound news comes in, I think that's on Thursday or Wednesday. Let me quickly check. It's Thursday. Yeah, since we're gonna have like pound on Thursday, pound news. One moment. Okay. Yeah, since we may have pound news on Thursday, we may actually have a push to the downside because I do believe GDP won't come out as good for next week, GDP. So we may have a push all the way down here, even for 100 pips. Probably it may stall around these areas over here. It may stall here around the 2700 area, then push all the way down to make a new low. So that's what we may possibly see for next week. A slight push up for Monday and Tuesday. Then we may drop all the way down. Or we may even actually slightly reach this resistance level of 28500, then reverse. Like this is also a possibility, then reverse to the downside. I'm not actually seeing GDP to actually have good numbers for next week. So that's why my bias on pound is pound weakness. So that's what we may possibly see next week with pound pairs most especially. And here for pound dollar, we may actually move slightly up with not much movement for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, or we may reach this resistance as already marked, then push all the way down because this has been a very strong extend to the upside with no serious major pullbacks where you can even actually draw a good trend line. So the market does definitely need to pull back one way or another, either for a short period of time like this or just free fall all the way. So that's what I'm seeing for next week with pound dollar. Any other pair you'd like us to look at or questions that you may have? We still have time. Any other pairs, guys, that we can
Um,
look at?
I have a question, Barry. Do we
Sure.
um would it make sense for us to look at any indices like maybe the US 30?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Of course, of course.
Let's see how that's
Yeah,
doing because that's
so
a common
yes,
indice.
so yes, US 30, NASDAQ, I believe those are the ones a lot of people, yeah, NAS 100. So which one do we look at? NAS 100 or US 30? because they move differently. US 30 moves differently, and NAS 100 also moves differently because the number of companies that are in are different.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, let's start
Either
with
or. I agree.
both. Okay.
Both. But we can look at NAS
So what
100
is
first if you want. It doesn't matter.
okay? Because I know NAS 100 is actually US Tech 100,
Yep.
but what is US 30 here on C Trader? What is
Oh,
it
I have
called?
no idea what it is on CTrader. I only know
Let's
what it is
try
on
and
MetaTrader.
oh yeah, it's US 30.
Okay.
There had to be a space. So yeah, we can start with US 30. Okay, so US 30. Okay, for US 30, we seem to be like in a range right now. Like we started this range from last month. Yeah, but overall, yeah, I think we supposed to actually breach to the upside. Once we breach the upside, I think this will help us go to the previous high over here of 4,000. So 4,000 seems like a target for US 30. So right now, as a trader, what you can be looking at, I think because if you like drew a trend line over here, this trend line would have been broken and your stop loss would have been all the way below this level over here. So you still would have been in profit. So overall, indices mostly go up. Like US 30, not so much. It doesn't really go that further up as compared to other indices. But overall, I would say that this is a buy on US 30, where your stop loss can be way below here. And yeah, you can enter somewhere here. Then the target would definitely be making a new high over here. So for next week, with the US news that's coming out, like again, NFP came in, those numbers created a spike overall. So for both the upside and the downside, but the numbers were good. So I think with US 30, we may actually see some upside movement for next week, which will take out this where we actually get out of this range. So that's what I'm seeing for next week, where we break out of this range and then start to aim for this level here. We may not really reach this previous resistance in next week, but we must definitely get out of this range. That's what I believe will happen. But of course, on Wednesday, we'll look back at it and see if there has been any change. So the next one we can look at is NAS 100. So check US tech. So yeah. So that's NAS 100. Yeah. So last week I got stopped out, which is right here. I thought that the market will reverse once we enter somewhere here. Then we might aim for here, but that didn't happen. It just continued to move all the way up. So what I believe for the coming week, since we have already pushed all the way up, we might have a slight pullback into this area of 2000. Then from there, we may start to push all the way back up and then make a new high. That's what I believe we may be seeing for next week. Like I said, with also the US news coming in, and even GDP for pound, which I believe is going to be coming out as bad numbers for GDP. So usually US indices may push higher for that. So that's what I'm seeing for next week, like a slight pullback to the 2000 area where we actually broke through. And then from there, we may see further upward moves to make a new high, probably around 20,500. That's what I believe we may be going up to. Apart from that, yeah, we can just wait for the market and see what it will do next. So I believe our time is already up. Let me just see if we have any other questions whatsoever. Okay. Yeah. So thank you everyone for attending today's session. A recording will be made available for those who came late or would like to just review our analysis for today so that you can make better trading decisions. But apart from that, thank you very much for your time and have a safe trading week. Ria, any parting words?
No, Barry, I think you got it. You got it.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you. Right. So, traders, stay safe. Watch the news. Make sure you put your stop losses on. Yeah. So, and be safe. Yeah. The markets do not play sometimes. They can stop you out for no apparent reason and then go your way. But of course, once you manage your risk, then the profits will take care of themselves. Yeah. So, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of the trading week.
All right. Thanks, guys. Hi, Texas. Is that Texas or is that something else? I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's Texas.
Okay,
I
because
didn't.
I'm American, so if I see TX, I'm thinking Texas. I don't know if that's a country or if it's a state.
No, Texas, Dallas, Texas. Are you also in America?
Yes, Chicago.
Oh,
What's
Chicago.
up? New
How you doing?
York.
Yeah.
Hello. All right, guys,
Yeah.
let's hop off this. Let's hop off, okay? Because
All
we're
right.
still
All right.
recording. But you guys have a good one, okay?
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.